Hey friends, this is William here, SharpeSoft CEO. I'm super excited that you're taking the trial with us. The program is massively robust. It's super easy to use, but it's unfair for you to just jump in and try to get an idea of how to use this. So we're going to go through a quick video just to kind of get you start to finish. We have what we call a fast track series that you could watch more in depth. We're here, our support team and our solutions team are going to be here to walk this out with you. We want it to be a good experience. If it's not, please let us know. If it is, please let us know. We're looking forward to the opportunity to serve you, to make your company a little bit more efficient, and to offer you guys a super awesome value. We appreciate you. We thank you for the opportunity, and God bless. Hey friends, so this is step one inside of the trial. Again, there's more detail inside of the trial, but to go and set up a new job, I go to setup and then go to jobs, and notice you will see, if you don't see my ugly face right here, you will see a plus button. You could also right click and insert anywhere in the system. You could also go to this icon right here. I typically in right click, insert the job, and this brings up our job wizard. So it comes up with a number 28-08, I'll call it 10. To me, that would be the 24th year, 8th month, and the 10th job that I've bid this month. Pick the date. This would be the bid date. Go to 13th. Hit the time, 2 p.m., and this will be test job. Right now, you could hit OK and start bidding the job. You could pick statuses. You could pick the estimator. You could pick job types in the future. If you're doing public works, you could put the bid information, your DBE goals, and print out a bid bond request if you want. You could track bid results, and you could also have multiple owners. But the moment I hit OK, I'll click bidding and click OK. Notice that new test job 1 shows up. That's really quickly on how to add a job. This is step 1 in your trial. Hey friends, this is William here with the SharpeSoft Estimator trial video. In a video before, the first video, we talked about some of the terms in SharpeSoft Estimator. The one before this one, we talked about inserting a new job. Today, we're going to be talking about bid items. So you can go job and then bid items, and then that will open up the bid item window. If I close this out, I could also go to this icon or hit Control B from the keyboard to be able to open up that bid item. However you go through it, there's multiple options within the system. Always you can hit F1, that is help within the system. So this is our bid item window or your tender window. This is what's going to show up on the proposal. So now I could click the plus button. This is universal anywhere in the system. I could also right click and notice there's that same plus button. We do have item masters. We talk about that in another video. We do have the ability to import from Excel. So if you're using some of the popular takeoff systems, AgTech, PlanSwift, Bluebeam, or any of the others, with an easy map, you can upload an infinite amount of bid items if it's needed. Right now, we're going to go through and just insert in a regular item. Notice that change adds it to 01. And I'm just going to call this mass excavation. And I'm going to go 200,000 cubic yards. So notice this is blue because there's no cost. There's nothing imported into that. So now I could double click and it gives me the option for detail or sublevel. Sublevel is a level of cost. Detail is where we actually want to insert the cost. So I'm going to hit detail. And notice now we see labor, equipment, crews, materials. All of these correspond to the tables that we help you build customized. But for right now, you guys will be using our demo data. And so I want to pick a couple pieces of equipment for this mass excavation here, 200,000 cubic yards. So I'm going to select this. Again, these groups become customizable to you. I want to have an articulated dump truck, and I want to have, let's just say that 730. I want to have a dozer. That dozer, I want the D6. I want to have an excavator, a 330F. I want to have a 4,000 gallon water truck, so I'm going to put that there. And then there's my water truck. And again, you can add multiples. I'm picking this 627 scraper. So notice as I have all of those, they're all highlighted in that light blue. I simply left click and drag them over. It's asking me to select a rate for both my equipment and my labor. This is something that becomes specific to you. You could set defaults as well, but there is the equipment that I have. Now I click on labor, and I want to have, for me, let's call it a foreman, and I want to call it as operator earthworks. Again, these become customizable to you. This is our labor. I'm going to drag them in. It's going to ask for that wage rate as well. Again, fully customizable to you. And now notice I have a foreman and an earthworks operator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of equipment. I could say I want 5. And then my production per day, I could change this to 5,000. And notice that gives me 40 days. If I want to do man hours, let's say I want this to be 1,200. I could change that there, and that automatically changes my days. I could also change my overall days that I want 20 days. And notice now my cubic yards, my crew hours, and my man hours have all changed in that operation there. We also have the ability inside of here to double click, and now I could change my days. So my standard day, if I wanted a standard 10, I could click on that, no overtime, all overtime, double time, but let's go standard for right now. And then now what I want to do is I want to do a 10-hour day. So this would be 2 hours of overtime. Watch what happens to this unit cost. The moment I hit OK, it's going to go up because I'm increasing overtime. And notice my production changed because I'm getting another 2 hours of work. There's that time. It's telling me that it's different than my default. We do have the ability as well inside the bid items to go right click and then insert a group item. Wherever you see the magnifying glass as a menu, I could pick that, and let's just say I want to have earthworks and hit select and hit OK. And now if I notice there's no cost in that group. Now if I just want to drag this down, the mask excavation, now I have a subtotal underneath there. If I had more items that I wanted to do in this job, let's just say if I wanted to do sewer items, there's the sewer, I hit OK. And now if I hit insert 01, this could be 8-inch SS main. And I could add a quantity here. Let's call it 2,000 lineal feet. So that's just a really quick overview of groups and items. And again, you could go in and adjust detail however you want. If I want 15 days, it changes my production based on that. If I want 20 days, there's that reproduction with this particular crew. So this is the SharpeSoft Estimator bid items. We thank you for going on the journey. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Hello friends, this is William again, going through a couple of just the massive time savings that you can have within the SharpeSoft Estimator. We looked at that mask excavation the last time as far as entering an item. Now what I want to do is right click, and I want to save this to an item master. And what the item master means is just means it's going to go back and be referenceable to everybody in your company. If you do your takeoffs and you save it with the item master code, let's just say we come up with this save item master. I'm going to go here and I'm going to put it in a group, and I'm going to put it in, I don't have a group, so I'm going to go ME, we'll call it mass X items, right? I'm going to hit OK. There's that mass excavation. I'm going to hit there, and I'm going to call this just ME, and I'm going to do less than 200K. Because maybe I may bid a larger dirt spread a little bit different, but this to me would be, sorry, that would be greater than. So less than 200K, hit OK. Now notice this code here, if I did my takeoff with that when I imported from Excel, it would bring that in automatically. So let me show you what this would look like. Now I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to go into here, and now I want to go insert item master. So that item master, there's that mass X, and there's that mass excavation. I'm going to click OK, or spacebar, hit select. And then those are two of my wages there. Now let's just say the last time I bid it was 200,000. Let's just say this time it's going to be 150,000. So watch what happens. I hit OK, it automatically adjusts that. And I go here, and now I could change my production. Maybe this is going to be a completely different dirt spread. Maybe I'm only going to get 1,500 yards a day because maybe it's tighter access, maybe it's moving. So notice now there's my 100 days. My cost has changed. I'm now done bidding that item because it was an item master. For example, this sewer here, if I want to go insert the item master, and I want to go to, let's just say, sewer, and now there, I want to keep the existing description and quantity, select my areas, and I now have that. I could freely change anything in the bid if I want. If I want to what if this for whatever reason, I can do it. Fully editable, up to you. But that's a little bit of the item master that then becomes accessible to you in every job. So to run this out on a bigger picture, maybe I go insert item master, and I want to have clearing and grubbing. So there's a clear and grub. Maybe I got some hydro seeding, and maybe I have some paving items. So there's roadway paving. So I select all of those, and then now it's going to drive these into the job. I could again change the quantity. Let's just say that this is going to be 2,000 square yards. And now that those items are done and moving on through the process. So that is item master inside the SharpeSoft Estimator. We thank you guys. Hope you're enjoying the trial. Love you. Look forward to taking care of you. Bye. Hey friends, William here again. We have this job that we're bidding, and we've worked through a couple of the bid items. We've worked through some of the item masters just to get an idea. Now I want to show you material comparison and subcontractor comparison. So in the material comparison, we could create a package. Again, the plus number adds the package, and I'm going to call it just sewer pipe. This could be all of your pipe material. It could be aggregates. It could be anything that you want it to be. I'm going to go next, and then I'm going to pick a material group, and I want the sewer pipe group. And then notice what it's asking me now is to pick what other vendors I'm going to be getting this from. So I have two of them currently, and I'll hit select, and I'll hit finish. And now it's whatever was in that sewer pipe category. If we had hundreds of material or aggregates, all of that would now be loaded in. I could put in that price. We could automatically send this quote out, and then they could send it back for us. But right now, let's just say it's $12, and let's just say that we're at $11.50. Notice it would keep track of whoever's low. The red will show who's low, and then here at the bottom, it shows you who is the overall low. So what I could do now is I'll right click, and then I'll select this vendor as low, and then I'll load this vendor, and now this vendor has now been in the material loaded. There's that vendor at $11.50, and there's that material comparison. The very same idea works with the sub comparison and the material comparison. All of these reports are accessible to you instantaneously. You could print out your material quotations. There's your sub package and your material package. So I could look at a material quotations package. I could send that out. I could see a package analysis if I wanted to print that out. And again, all of this information is updated real time as you need it. Again, we thank you for going through the trial. The SharpeSoft Estimator is here to help you out. The SharpeSoft Estimator is here to help you save time and money. We thank you. We'll talk to you in a bit. Hey friends, this is William again. We've inserted a job, we've set up new bid items, we've talked about the item master, bringing in item master, saving item master. We talked at a high level of the material comparison and the sub comparison, and now I want to talk to you about what we call our summary sheet and our rounding sheet. So summary sheet, you could get to it here with this Sigma icon, or you could go job summary. Both of them take you to the same place. So now notice we have a job. It's showing our materials, our own materials, our labor, our equipment, our trucking, our other, our plug, our total cost types, our subcontractors, and then we have a total cost for a job. So any place that you see a white area at this point, open area, you can add a markup. If I want to have 10% on my labor here, that 10% translates right there, $11,000. If I want to have on my equipment 20,000, I could put that in there, and that backs into this margin at this point. We have some individual details that you can get into if you want to mark up the labor base a little bit, or the burden or the benefits, material, as well as the equipment. Notice we are tracking the fuel. These are rented equipment rates, so we are tracking the fuel. We can get into bonding if you want to get into a bonding table for public works. We can do an overall and individual markups. So there's the individuals and overalls. We have bid expense, general and administration, a markup, and an insurance if you want. If there was a bond, it would show up here. So notice now, after all of the markup we have is $363,000, and now it's a $1,994,000 job. Again, you can have all types of markups in here. You could load if you have existing markups. Here's our standard markup. If I select that, notice it changes that. I can now save a different markup if I want to have this to be 10 and 5. I could save markups here, and I'll call this just a new. This will be test 1. Everybody has their own different markups, so completely flexible to you. So now notice the next time I load, I have a test 1 markup and the standard, and I could toggle between them quickly just to see. Maybe I want to get aggressive on a job. Maybe I want to see what it's like with a little bit more money. See how the totals are changing? But we could have as many different markups as you want. So that's markup. That's our summary sheet. The next thing we do in the estimator is the rounding sheet. So here's the rounding sheet, as well as job, and then rounding sheet. So now we have a job here that has cents, and it also has multiple different items. So if I go actions and I reset, whatever I put in these rounded units is what's going to show up in my proposals. So what I can do now is I'll go action auto balance. It depends on the rounding rules that you set. Notice I have it going to a whole dollar, so there's no change. But now I'm off by $36,000 because this one should be $10.75. So this is my unit price to balance. So 10.75. Now my job is $1,070,000. It's off by $1,400. So I could move money around in my bid based on the rounding sheet and still keep the same total. I don't know how you're bidding, but if you're bidding by hand or bidding by Excel, that option right there becomes massively difficult. So what we want to be able to do is give you the most amount of information so you can have the most amount of accuracy in the way you want to bid the job. Thanks for going through the trial. We appreciate you guys. You're almost there. Good job. Talk to you later. Hey friends, this is William again. We've gone through inserting a new job, adding some bid items, saving to the item master, bringing back in from the item master, doing a quick look of the material comparison, sub-comparison, summary, rounding sheet. Now once we get our job rounded, we just simply go reports, report tree, and then we'll run a proposal. And all of our reports are real time. You don't have to save. Notice I haven't had to save anything yet. So this would be your company name. This would be the job name, the bid date, and your logo and information here. And now we have that job. There's the earthworks, and we have a total. We have the sewer. There's those total items there. Again, full customizability. If I came into here and let's just say the bid item for just talking, I'm just going to talk through a couple things. Let's just say they want to make this mulch item an alternate item. So I'm going to click into here and I want to call it a ALT item. And I'll click alternate, hit OK. For me, it happens to be a yellow color. I'll shift and drag that down. Notice now it's taken out of the earthwork and now it's an alternate item. I'll go back to reports, report tree, proposal. And this time I may want to hide. The unit and the total price. So hit OK. Now no unit numbers, total, there's a total, and now I have an alternate of that hydro mulch with a total for all of the alternates there. In the reports as well, you have other reports that are easily accessible to you. The item cost breakdown, you can see that item cost detail, which is a great report to be able to get to your field. Again, you could run this report with cost or without cost, so you could hide cost, but it shows everything you have and the production. So that's just a quick wrap up of the proposal and some of the other reports inside the SharpeSoft Estimator. You're doing a great job. We appreciate the opportunity to serve you. Thank you. Hey friends, William. You guys have just walked through just a very high level of the SharpeSoft Estimator. There are many more features and many more items that will save you a huge amount of time and save money, all kinds of items. We just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a taste. We're here to serve you in any way that we possibly can. If you need anything, please reach out. Our success team is more than happy to help. Our support team, our sales and our solutions team are more than happy to help you out. We're not here to hard sell anybody. We're here to offer you the best product that we possibly can and the best service that we possibly can. If you have any questions on a feature that you did not see, please reach out. I'm 99.9% sure that we handle that feature. We're thankful for the opportunity to serve you. We're thankful that you've chosen to spend some time and go through the trial with us. And more importantly, we're just thankful to try to have the opportunity to help your business be a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient, and a little bit more competitive that will drive more money to your bottom line. So we appreciate you. We thank you. And again, my name is William, the CEO of SharpeSoft. We're praying for you. God bless. We'll talk to you later. Bye.